Hi everybody, this is the website boy, and on the last video we were doing some math calculations depending on the user's input. Now on this tutorial, in this video, we're going to start making our code a little bit more flexible and allowing our code to run only based on certain conditions. All right, so we are going to be learning conditions today, but before we do that, I want to actually show you some of the comparison operators that we are going to be using to actually make our conditions. All right, now one of the functions that we are going to be using to make our conditions is the if statement. Very famous, very popular among all programming languages, since most of the programs out there run based on conditions. So we are going to let me just right here. I'm not even going to provide a slide for this. I'm just going to write it right here. I'm going to show you the comparison operators that we are going to be using on these conditions um, parameters there. So the first condition, the first comparison operator that we are going to be using, this is not the first one, but this is one of them, is equal to, and this is two equal signs. All right, this one we would say something like, is this equal to this? All right, so this is the equal is equal to. I'm going to call it is equal to, because if we use only one, we are assigning a value to something, and we don't want to do that. In most programming languages, you use both. I don't know in one that you use one of equal, an equal symbol. I don't know of one language that does that. So we use two of them. Sometimes we use three. Now there is another one called the less than symbol, which is the little symbol right here close to the shift key on your keyboard, or the question mark. And there is a greater than right here, which is the opposite of that one. There is another one called less than or equal than, and this one has that same symbol as here but with an equal sign. So this one would be less or equal to, right? And the opposite of that would be greater than or equal to. All right, and another popular one is the question mark and equal, and that means does not equal to. So we use this question mark just to state that is not equal to. All right, so if you need to pause the video and copy this out, do it. This is what we're going to be using to actually do some comparison with our conditions. All right, so let's use some construct structures based on conditions right now. So let me just take this off out of here so that way we can start fresh. Actually, I'm probably going to use a function in the bottom there, so I'm going to leave that on there. All right, so actually let me just take it off. Let's start from the beginning. I'm so indecisive. All right, so what we want to do is this is the syntax right here of a if statement. And this is what it is. It's like a function. All right, so we write the word if, and following that is a parenthesis. Inside the parenthesis, we are going to be writing our conditions. All right, our tests. That's what it's going to be, a test. All right, so the first test that we're going to be testing, well, let me just finish with the syntax. So after the parentheses, we open a curly bracket and then we close it. So we have two opposite curly brackets there, and what I do is I put a cursor right in between them and I bring one down. Now in between these curly brackets, just like functions and other code, we execute something here. So something's going to happen in between these curly brackets if this condition evaluates to true. Now remember, I want you to know that this condition has to be true in order for this code inside this curly bracket to run. All right, that's the only way it's going to run. If this is not true, which is a Boolean value, if it's not true, and I will explain what a Boolean value is later on, but if this is not true, then the condition will not run, and then we have to do something else. All right, but later on I will explain how that works. All right, so the first thing that we are going to be doing right now is putting a condition right here. So we're going to say if 4 is less than 10, I want you to print something. So we're going to use a printf function. All right, and we're going to write a string there, a set of characters, right? And we're going to say 4 and we're gonna write in words. It really doesn't matter, but anyway, 4 is less than 10. All right, so if this is true, which it is true, it's gonna print this on your command prompt or terminal. All right, so let's go ahead and try that and see if it works. First, let's take this out of here, because if we don't take the comparison operators out, our code will not run. All right, so let's go ahead and build it and run it. We didn't have to do that. We could just do it at the same time. Remember, build and run. Now I gotta wait for my computer to do whatever she wants to do right there. So it print out 4 is less than 10. You see that? So we were able to actually print this out on the screen, but the reason why is because this is true. All right, so let's just click enter here and exit out of here so they don't stack up. All right, now we can make many different conditions down here. All right, many different if statements. All right, we can put something like, I don't know, if 10 is less than or equal to 20, I want you to print something out. Right, we can do that. We can also say if 10 is equal to 10, we can print that out. So we're gonna say yes, 10 is equal to 10. We could do that. And we could say if if 4 is not equal to 3, we can print something out here and we can just say it. We can say 4 is not equal to 3. All right, I'm just trying to see if I'm missing one. We got the less than, and we can have the greater than, but you get my point. So if I go ahead and build and run this, we get a couple words here, a couple strings. 4 is less than 10. Yes, 10 is equal to 10, and 4 is not equal to 3. And the reason why they're in one line is because I didn't print out a new line on the string right here, just like I showed you in a couple tutorials before. So you might want to do that. But anyway, I want you to get this concept here on what's going on. So we are only running the code if we have to, based on this condition, right? So based on this condition, we are executing the code. Now you can do this with variables also. Keep that in mind, and I will show you that in the next tutorials. But I want you to learn this really well and know that how this works and know your syntax. All right. Later on, we're gonna do some more advanced stuff with the if statement, based on if your evaluation is true or not. So thank you so much for watching this C tutorial, and don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to favorite. Don't forget to like. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.